everybody. Again, my name is Jada B, and I am from the People's Co-op Market that you all are graciously housing here in First United. I've got a few things I want to talk to you about today, but I want to give you something. You guys have been very generous to us in housing us here at First United. And I think a lot of times when we're looking at how we can help the community, it is an ask from you, either financially or your time or your word of mouth. And yes, of course, everybody needs that when we're talking about how to reach out into the community and help folks, but I want to give you something. And that's the community that we are developing within your community here at First United at People's Market. I want to invite you to come in on Saturdays with us and spend time developing a different type of community. And that's a community based in growing food and sharing food and learning how food is medicine, food is necessary, and food can be transformative. It also is an entry point into intersectional anti-racism. And what we do at People's Market is based entirely on the need for intersectional anti-racism and food justice in our community. Many of you may or may not know, but we are Bloomington is not a particularly wealthy city. We are $11,000 under the national poverty line here. Most people make $11,000 under the national poverty line, which means there's a lot of hunger in Bloomington. When we started to combat white supremacy in the city-run farmers market, but we have changed and grown, and we do so much more than that. We work exclusively with Black farmers, BIPOC farmers, Black, Indigenous, people of color farmers, queer farmers, and small local farms in our local area and region. And then we sponsor boxes for those out in the community who need help. And we work hand in hand with Black Lives Matter Bloomington to give about 12 to 15 boxes a week to Black families in our community. And that ranges through the year as need goes. And so we're very happy to start this next season in March with a kickoff event at the end of the month, which is our Spring Sprout Food System Series. It's March 27th through the 30th, right here at First United. We'll be having this conference that goes through 4 days of different events. We'll be having a meal on the Thursday night where we are bringing in food and catering food and having a fundraising conversation. On Friday night, we'll be showing a film series about how food systems work. On Saturday will be full market, where we'll be actually selling sprouts and seedlings and things like that to people and inviting them in to learn more about People's Market and what we do. We'll also be doing tours through the new greenhouse that is located here in your little green area space. And on Sunday, we'll be doing a dedication ritual to that space and really making sure that space has been cleansed and that we're ready for planting for the spring season. We have so much going on as we get moving through from now into the next few months here. And one of the key things I want to talk specifically about with you all is that we're calling for your recipes so that we can put together a nice little recipe book that is a digital book. We may also do some printed copies of it too. So often people receive the abundance from People's Market and go, what is this vegetable, right? They look at a rutabaga and go, I have no idea what to do with this. They look at our big daikon radishes and go, what do I do with this? And so we wanted to create some recipes in order to help people move through their abundance and make use of their abundance to the fullest capacity and figure out how to extend the life of their abundance. And so on our Facebook page and then pretty soon on our website, we'll have a link that's the call for submissions. You can go in and put in your old family recipes, your new family recipes, and we can then share that out with the community. And the other two things I want to talk to you about is that we're going to do a rummage sale on the second Saturday of the month, though the first one is going to start on the third Saturday. I know, confusing, but had to do that because of scheduling. So March 15th will be our first rummage sale. And so we invite you to email us and say, hey, I've got junk I want to trade and swap with other people. And you can come and find some, new stuff for your house, get rid of some other things, and or just donate for people who are in need. But we're going to be doing those the second Saturdays of the month, the first one starting on March 15th. And the last thing I want to talk to you about is we're, of course, in Black History Month, and we are ending Black History Month this week. So we are partnering with Black Lives Matter Bloomington to do a Black History and Black Futures Month celebration. On February 28th, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we'll be having a community talk, a panel discussion with some food and drink, and then I will be giving a follow-up talk to my 2020 talk about confronting white supremacy. And I'll just be doing a little excerpt of a preview to my follow-up talk. And we're just gonna get together and we're gonna discuss the problems of that Black people face today, the challenges that we're going through, and how to overcome those in a wider community talk. And I see the majority of white faces in this room. Please come and engage in this conversation and learn how you can be a part of the solution for racism as opposed to adding to the problem. We call it Black History and Black Futures Month because so often in mainstream media, in the world, we focus on the horrible parts of Black history, the things that have happened to us and we've had to overcome. And we want to focus on how we get to the future, how Black people will make it into the future, and how our culture will survive, and how we can show people that Black history and Black Americans are the key fabric to American life, and that we help to build this country, and we should be able to take part in it fully. Again, I want to thank First United for giving us a home here. It has meant a lot to us. We have been attacked, maligned for simply saying that you should have sovereignty over the food that you eat. That when governments get involved with the food that you eat, trouble comes. For giving food away to people in need. For daring to be Black women leading a movement around food. And the generosity of this congregation has meant that in the last few years, we have given away hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of free food in our community. And in the words of some of the Black families that we work with directly, you are saving us. And what they mean by that is that we have a few families who do not have the ability because of disability to have steady jobs. And that means they do not have the ability to bring in regular amounts of money to pay for things. As we were talking with the kids, Jessica was talking with the kids earlier, money seems to be the barrier for a lot of things, but money can also be used as medicine. And we know that when you give to certain organizations that commit that money into helping people, there is a direct result. We know that we've been able to help people stay in their housing because we've afforded them food so that they can spend their money on their housing. We know that people have been able to keep their kids at home when they've been sick as opposed to having to go into work because we've been able to afford them food. We know that we have been able to help people get other jobs because they've had the stability of having food on a weekly basis from People's Market. And you guys have helped do that simply by allowing us to be here. So I am very grateful to this congregation for giving us a home. And we would love to see you on Saturdays. We've been doing breakfasts on Saturdays where we bring people together. We grab some of the extra abundance that we have. We cook in the kitchen here, and we serve breakfast and have community. And so that's my gift. I want you to come in and enjoy the community that we are forming within your community. And we hope to see you on Saturdays. Again, our market is in March, we'll be starting from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And we'll be doing breakfast during that time period, and we'll have plenty of fresh veggies for you. You can order a CSA online. You can sponsor a CSA for other people. So we hope to see you soon. Thank you guys so much.